Ready to go outside? Sit. You shake? Good boy. He loves going outside. Come on, Ranger. Okay. You ready? You ready? Good boy. Welcome back, everyone. So since the last time we talked, a lot of things in life that has happened. I'm not going to make a bunch of excuses and all that. So moving forward, I would like to take you along on my adventures, I would say. But today I want to give you the 400-hour review on the Kubota L4701. I think since the last time we were on, it had like, I don't know, 50 or 100 hours. So I'm just at 410 hours now, or 409 hours. Actually just did the oil change, fuel filter, all that, and I still have to do the transmission and hydrostat service on it. So let me kind of take you around and let you know what I think of it. Some other people may not think the same thing of it. It's been a pretty good tractor so far, but I will tell you the goods, the bads, the stuff that I've had little issues with. But other than that, let's take a look around it. So here she is, and so everyone knows, think I'm not lying. Yep, 410 hours. It's been, hell, probably about a year, almost going on a year and a half. I do not do farming. All I do is pretty much stuff around my property and also other people, little side jobs here and there. So you will see the tires are kind of chewed up. So the property, since we last talked, the property that I purchased, it's 2.5 acres. We're in Oklahoma. It's super rocky. It's on the side of a hill, so that's been where a lot of the hours on the tractors came from. Building retaining walls and building this new shop. It's a 40 by 50, and I will get to that, take y'all around that. So, but as far as the tractor goes, been a great tractor so far. As far as, so everybody, I always want reviews on stuff, and I get on YouTube, just like everybody else does, or if I need to learn how to do something that I don't know about, I always resort to YouTube. So a lot of people are in the air about the tier 3, tier 4 engines with all the regen, DEF, all that. This does not have DEF. It does have a diesel particulate filter. I have not had any issues with it. It seems to regen about every 50 hours or so, depending. Well, this is a hydrostat, so I'm generally running 1500 RPMs or higher. When I'm brush hogging, obviously you run at your PTO speed, which I think is 26 on it. Let's see. And one thing I always do, being in the service field for so long, I do always mark my filters with a paint pen so I know when I last did the service. Okay. And yes, it has been sitting outside so we have a little stuff growing here. So it's gonna get a clean bath and everything. I just got the shop wired in and got everything in here. So this baby will be staying inside. So one issue I do not like, or I have issues with, when I'm out in the field brush hogging for customers. So I don't do any brush hogging on my own property, but I do quite a bit. My main little side gig is brush hogging. Okay, so everybody knows about these little screens here. You're supposed to clean them out, which I do. That one's a little dirty. These things have came off, these little deals that kind of seal up the screen. But that's not really a big issue. The other one completely came off. This one's almost off. I get a lot of debris in here. And that's not really my issue. My issue is the battery being in the location it's in, and looks like the oil cooler or transmission cooler's right there as well. So if you're out there, you don't have any air compressor, you don't have any water, you have to stick your hand up in there, it's super hot, and you still can't get everything out. I have been able to get it clean enough to finish my job so my tractor does not overheat. But I think a lot of the reason is, I think this too, but it just kind of sucks, that battery being that close. It's hard to clean out, especially when you're in a sticky situation where you don't have access to water or air compressor. So sometimes I do carry a little air compressor on my truck to blow that out with. I will say one thing that I have seen is sometimes this right here, and now I'm not for sure, I haven't really done much research, but it should not be leaking there. So if it is, you have like a rear main seal or like a tranny seal going out. Now it does it just sometimes it leaks, sometimes it doesn't, and if it does leak, it's just like a couple drops. So not too concerned about it right now. I guess I'm giving you all the bads. I do have a lot of goods with this tractor, so I do love this tractor. I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to keep it. But little things I do see. So in the mid-range, if I'm going down a hill, I've had it. Now, I don't know if this is user error, but I've been going down a hill and I've had it pop out of gear and go into neutral. And it was on a hill and I had a load of gravel, so it was not fun. I had to drop the bucket to get me a stop so it wouldn't go off the cliff. So that was kind of scary. I love the R4 tires. R4 tires are awesome. I have had couple issues with this tires getting holes in them and whatnot. I've had to patch them and plug them, but I'm not on a track machine, so you got to expect that. Have not had anything with the rear. I did fill these with fluid. I actually did windshield wiper fluid. I think I have like 510 pounds of fluid in the tires. Let's see. Okay. Hydraulic tilt cylinder. That thing is great, and it looks like I have a little leak developing. No, that's just grease. I got some grease on there the other day from greasing it. So, the hydraulic tilt cylinder, absolutely a must on a tractor, or the top link. Now, I do want to get the tilt cylinder. I wouldn't want to have another tractor without one of these, so if I did get another tractor for whatever reason, this would be one of the first things I done to it. Like I said, I do want to get the tilt cylinder, I just don't want to spend the money. It's quite expensive to go to another rear remote. The Land Pride box blade. So you can see it's bent right here. That would be my bad. I snagged a tree. I had an issue with this box blade. Nothing on the dealer. The dealer's been great. So kind of, I guess, just quality control. So when I got this box blade, I was like, man, this thing is just not cutting correct. It's not cutting right. So they have a piece of channel underneath here. Get on the other side so I can show you. I have a piece of channel here that these cutting edges bolt to. This thing was not welded on here straight. It was welded at an angle where it was tilted up.
like this. So when you could never cut going forward. And I never really used the box blade too much, and I was on a job and I'm like, man, this is just not cutting. So I really got to looking at it, and I pulled these cutting edges off. I sent pictures to Lampride, and they want me to bring the box blade up, to have them weld the piece on it, and yada yada yada. And it was just gonna be a lot of time and a lot of that, a lot of downtime on the tractor. I was not having it, so I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna fix it myself. So I went and bought this piece of angle. It was like scrap at a local steel yard, and I cut the old one off. I welded the new one on, so it's a lot thicker than the original one. When I did pull the original one off, it was all bent up and crap. So this one I haven't had any issues with. It cuts great now. It still is it's not the higher end box blade from Lampride, so I can't give them too much a hard time, but that cutting edge situation, that was not cool, but it's fine now. There could be a little more weight with this attachment, especially, so I have a grapple that goes on the front loader there, and if you have that grapple full with some logs or rocks or what have you, it gets a little tippy, even with the loaded tires. Let's see, what else? Comfort. It's a tractor, so you're gonna get bounced around. So, but I mean, I don't have any complaints in 400 hours of that. Full drive, I haven't had any major issues. One little thing I did have, or I do have when it gets cold, I have a cold water leak that forms on the upper radiator hose going to the thermostat, which is stick a little wrench in there, tighten it up, or a little socket in there, tighten that hose clamp up. That's been great. Not great, but whatever. Let's see. Easy to service, super easy to service. Other than that, the loader, the LA 765 loader, it's quick attach. I think this is probably the third time I've taken it off. I usually, if I have a lot of brush hogging to do, several jobs to go do, I'll take it off. It's a lot nicer brush hog without this on. But the loader's been great. The bucket, it's been okay. I mean, I haven't bent it up or anything like that, so I would like to get another cutting edge to put on it. Third function, must have for your attachments. A little bucket indicator, and it's already bent. So that was like $50, so that's a must-have in my opinion, especially if you're doing like a lot of loader work or gravel driveways. Other than that, it's been a really good tractor. I really like it. Like I said, I will try to post a video on the transmission service. I think I did one already about the engine service, and I'll just show you on here. As far as fuel filter right there. So you just spin that off, spin the new one on. When you do cycle your key on to bleed the air out of the system, you will have to take this loose, bleed the air out of the system. And then also there's a little screen there, a water separator, so you always want to check that. Other than that, yeah, been a great tractor. Sorry I haven't been on YouTube. Like I said, life's been kind of crazy right now, but we'll try to take everyone around, show them the new property here soon, what we've done, and then tons of work
coming up that we have to do. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos.